Good afternoon. It is Tuesday, June 30th, 2026. Jesus liked to tell stories. That was a different kind of teaching than the people were used to. Often, the word we use to describe the stories Jesus told is the word parable. Just sounds more scriptural to say parable than to say story. But often when Jesus told a story or parable, the disciples were not sure what it meant and would ask him later to explain it. Today we're looking at one of the most famous parables. In Luke chapter 8, verses 4 through 8, and I'm reading from the New Living Translation, second edition. It said, "One day Jesus told a story in the form of a parable to a large crowd that had gathered from many towns to hear him. A farmer went out to plant his seed. As he scattered it across his field, some seed fell on a footpath where it was stepped on, and the birds ate it. Other seed fell among rocks. It began to grow, but the plant soon wilted and died for lack of moisture. Other seed fell among thorns that grew up with it and choked out the tender plants. Still other seed fell on fertile soil. This seed grew and produced a crop that was 100 times as much as had been planted. When he had said this, he called out, 'Anyone with ears to hear should listen and understand.'" It's a large crowd, and Jesus tells a story about a farmer. Now, all the people listening to him were either farmers or knew a farmer or had a family member who were farmers. And all of these would be small family farms, not the huge agribusiness we have today, but just a small plot of land where they grew enough food to take care of their own animals and their own families. And the farmer was out planting seeds in the story, usually hand dispersing seeds from a seed sack. Think grass seed or small grain seeds just scattered on the ground. You reach in the sack, you grab a handful, and you throw it out on the ground. Well, the first set fell on the hard path. It's untilled ground, it's compacted by daily use, it's hard, and it just got stepped on, broken, and eaten by the birds. Didn't do any good for the farmer. The next set, well, that fell on rocky soil, where the soil's got a bunch of rocks in it and it's hard, and the seeds started to grow, but soon withered and died. The next set, he said, fell on the seed where the weeds already were, the thorny weeds, and the weeds outgrew the grain and choked it out, and it didn't get any return for the farmer from that part of ground either. But then he also threw seeds on the fertile soil, the good soil, and it grew and produced 100 times return on the investment for the farmer. The seed produced and produced well. Then he raised his voice and gave a challenge. Anyone with ears to hear should listen and understand. This is the most important part of the parable. Are we willing to listen and learn? All of them in the crowd heard his words about the farmer, but very few caught what he was trying to teach them about the kingdom of God. May you and I have ears to hear this week that we can understand what Jesus is trying to tell us about the kingdom of God. God bless you.